So, we should probably talk about the Virtual Fighter Project showcase that went down over the last couple of days at Tokyo Game Show. When I mean showcase, what I really mean is we got a 24-second clip giving us practically nothing. Then the next day they gave us a live stream that was like an hour long, but really all it was like a 15-minute frame-by-frame breakdown to footage we saw a month ago. This new Virtua Fighter project got announced like 9 months ago. We initially reacted to that concept footage and I was losing my mind. It looks beautiful, it looks amazing. Then like a month ago, again, I believe more or less just some more concept footage, like a minute of gameplay. So going into Tokyo Game Show, I was really hoping we'd actually see for the first time ever some real live raw gameplay for this next installment in this iconic fighting game franchise. But no. That's not what happened. So in today's video, doing a quick little overview on everything new for Virtual Fighter Project. Drop a like if you're excited for this dropping sometime in the next millennium, hopefully. And in case you missed it, so essentially, this is all we get. Okay. And again, it's beautiful. It's on par with the initial concept trailer we got again 9-10 months ago at this point. It's beautiful! Look at this! Look at the rain! Look at the pants! Moving with the wind! New Virtual Fighter Project. So, that is essentially everything new that happened over the last 4 or 5 days at Tokyo Game Show. Talk about underwhelming, talk about some heartbreak. It is what it is. I just don't even see the reason why they even had a showcase, given the fact that, again, they made it seem like it was going to be an hour-long showcase of a bunch of new gameplay and content, but all they really did was explain the core new fighting mechanic when it comes to the gameplay, and that's it. Again, they just went over the gameplay that got revealed like a month ago, dropped this teaser, and they were like, deuces, we're out. So, you know, I'm hoping in the next coming months we get to actually see, again, real gameplay, because I can deal with these cinematics for the most part, but it's just kind of clickbait at this point. What is all this concept footage worth if, like, again, it doesn't translate to the real game? But nonetheless, it's beautiful. Love everything I'm saying, and hopefully soon that changes. And again, in case you're not aware, this was the latest trailer that we got, which again, really doesn't showcase much. It looks beautiful. This game looks amazing. But just to see them fight in the training stage, man, it's like, give me the real thing. I want to see the real thing. So yeah, during Tokyo Game Show, straight up, all they did was break all this 1-minute footage down, damn near frame by frame by frame by frame for an hour. For an hour. And the whole response and feedback from the community has been, again, just heartbreak, because everyone wanted to see some more, because this Evo trailer was pretty hyped for what it was. Again, no HUD, no UI, just straight up gameplay. And that's essentially it, man. Woo! So, I mean, at this point, I think I'm gonna just put it on ×2 speed so you guys can actually get the gist of what's going on here. Bear with me. I'm gonna try my best to survive this showcase.
Commentary. There's some baseline information you'd like to share with everyone, right?
So this is the new gameplay mechanic being
Can
introduced.
we take a look at the slides here?
I don't speak Japanese, thankfully.
So this is about the battle system. So I want to talk about the battle systems. This title offers 2 battle modes. One is the standard battle mode, which we'll introduce shortly. You have to deplete your opponent's life gauge or get a ring out to win the round. And the other is a completely new battle mode called Uprising. This is a new battle rule set entirely distinct from standard. Its core concept is momentum shifting. It's not a mere extra mode, but intended to stand alongside the standard mode. Wow, that's quite a shocking announcement right off the bat. Tokido-san, what do you think? Well, this is surprising. They're preparing battles that could overturn everything we know about Virtua Fighter. You know, I think there's some elements here that are really going to like overturn those core classic Virtua Fighter elements.
So again, their new mechanic is this momentum-based swing shift, I guess, that happens in the midst of the gameplay. And again, for the next 20-30 minutes, all they did was pretty much break down the actual gameplay showcase from EVO. And you can see here, this stream was 52 minutes long, and it happened at like 3 in the morning. So a lot of people here in North America were pretty underwhelmed and pretty heartbroken. So yeah, sadly, they actually don't showcase this new mechanic that's meant to actually be just as prominent as your main game mode, your standard mode, where it's either like take out their health or a ring out. Uprising, will they showcase Uprising? No, they won't. No Uprising for us.
But before that, Yamada-san told me that he wanted to go back to the first look. So this video is already out there. But let's take another look through that combat gameplay first look video that we released at EVO.
Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart, man.
Let's take a look at that before we get to any questions.
Now I'll have this link down below as well,
video?
in case you guys want to see this yourself without me yapping and reacting. But straight up, they're gonna freeze this like even on the intro animations. Ah, I thought they did. I could have sworn they did. Okay. Maybe in the future they will. Maybe they're just showcasing it raw for the first time in case people have missed it. Yeah, because they actually run it back.
Cool footage. What aspect? I'm gonna stop the video when I want to ask you a question. Is that okay?
Slow-mo intro.
Going in slow motion. Let's take a look at it in a very slow manner. Okay, first, look at this stage. This is a training stage, correct? I don't think I've seen a training stage this cool in fighting game history.
Really? Really? Really, Sega? Really? An empty room? Really? So, it's underwhelming, I'm gonna be completely honest. They do give you a decent amount of information, but for the most part, it's stuff that could have just been released in an actual press release. A lot of people in the comment section are comparing this breakdown to like when your homework is like 1,000 words required to get turned in, so you're sitting there and just putting a million adjectives to describe something that does not need it. Like, it is the most filler content ever.
So I feel like you guys are putting a lot of attention to that. So Virtua Fighter in the classic style has, you know, ring outs, etc. And we wanted to express that in a training stage. And that's why you can see the floor coming up, like morphing in the video. And in Virtua Fighter, you remember like walls and all these different elements that come in on the stages. But with this installment, we wanted to show you everything in the training mode in terms of how the stages could potentially evolve. So there's elements of the stage that get me very interested.
Which is honestly cool if they actually do something with this. Like, I'm a big fan of stage transitions in fighting games. Marvel Tokon's doing it still. Injustice, I think, was one of the first to do it. Go all the way back to, like, MK versus DC. I've always loved that. UMK3 had stage transitions, like, from back in the day 2D fighters to modern 3D fighters. It's kind of been like a staple for certain franchises. Glad to see potentially the environment is going to shapeshift depending on what goes down. That's cool, but again,
with Virtua Fighter stages, it's not just gimmicks. There's also like the landscape of the stage. Yeah, and then there was like differences in height in certain
not a gimmick, by the way.
Previously. All right, let's move on to the next point here.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
I think we get a lot of questions about who this character is.
Sorry, guys.
This is where it gets interesting. I don't really have the chance to look at it in slow motion. Oh, got a question. So this head spring sort of movement, it looks like there's a close-up happening here. Can you tell me a little about this? So Stella is trying to attack the down opponent, and then it looks like Akira is springing up to avoid that kick, to avoid the roundhouse. So you can see that there's a system in there to avoid the attacks, and that is being conscious of offense and defensive opportunities when downed opponents are getting up.
So again, it's like a wake-up tool.
We're trying to provide a stylish, action-oriented element here. So it's not just animations like this. There's going to be other animations for the other characters, etc. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Let's keep going.
But it's crazy because legit, they spent the whole stream breaking down a 1-minute gameplay clip from a month ago. It's like, dude, thank you for explaining a lot of this stuff, but man, what I would have paid to see some actual new gameplay with the HUD and everything, that would have been so sick.
Okay, this question here.
I love how he just like raises his hand like, stop!
So there's some sway happening here. How are they managing to do this? There's a slow motion effect happening here. So this is when you read your opponent's move and you're dodging the attack. You can also catch the punch. And this is how we implemented it, like with the dodge approach here.
And in the initial concept gameplay from like 8, 9, 10 months ago at this point, that was one of the main things that they were highlighting was this feature right here on defense.
In real fighting in real life, there's moments where you dodge something and then you counterattack immediately afterwards. We wanted to put that into the game here with this new installment.
Which is cool, to be honest.
I did some boxing matches recently.
But again,
and you kind of measure the range to the opponent's attacks, and then you use that to dodge and then counterattack from there. So we wanted to have that flavor here in the battle. And that's something we're focusing on. But there will
like
probably
Silent
be
Hill.
adjustments made to it as we go forward.
It's like Fight Night
But
round
we want
1,
something
2,
that has
3.
a realistic approach to it, but that's also built into gameplay that's fun. So there's definitely some realistic elements that's included here. So you can see the dodge that happens, and in real fighting, you dodge, and then you make a move from there. So we definitely want to include that in the gameplay and make that a core element of the gameplay system going forward.
So wake up mechanic, dodge mechanic.
I think it's really awesome with the reality. It's very cool looking. All right, let's go on to the next.
Interactable stages. Always changing.
Now, let me ask about this. Just rewind a little bit. A little bit further. Okay. Just a little bit further.
Dude, you can literally see her knee in his fucking mouth. Like, this is so unfortunate because, again, this just makes this game look like it's, not ready to be presented in showcases with, like, clipping like this. Like, come on, dude.
Let's go a little bit slower.
Look at this. His arm is literally in her fucking knee. Jeez,
right here.
Man. Brutal. Brutal,
So
dude.
the dodging here.
Brutal. Brutal.
Compared to classic Virtua Fighter, it seems to have more realism. It looks like he's actively dodging or crouching there. In real fighting, you actually have to like dodge the opponent's kick and crouch very low to do that. So we wanted to place emphasis on the reality here and added that into the crouch with more realism. This is one part of the defensive system. And when the opponent comes into attack, we want to have like a realistic reaction to that, including the crouching that you're seeing here.
Realistic as she clips her entire body into this character.
We want to have like a smooth approach there, but also very realistic.
Oh, fuck.
And if we could take that action and then have like a return or a merit that the defender gets from it, that would be great as well. Yeah, so even the crouching, we want to make it like realistic crouching.
Realistic crouching.
So depending on the attack that's coming in from the opponent, like, maybe you just have to crouch a little bit or maybe you have to crouch very low. But actually in real fighting, of course, people don't really crouch that much. But in the game, that portion, that part is a fun game element.
You will be teabagging the ground to avoid
so
kicks.
You want to have like an animation in there that shows that you're protecting from low attacks. So
years of Halo 3 have trained me for
crouching
this.
animation that you see here. So let's go on to the next portion of the video.
And again, I'm watching this sped up a little bit.
All right, question here. So there's a 3-stage attack that's being parried here by Akira. Is that a new defensive technique or something more? This is a new defensive method that we've implemented for the game we're calling Flow Guard.
Flow Guard.
It's different from guarding. We wanted to have that deflection part of the guarding included in the game system. So there's going to be a benefit to using this flow guard system and deflecting the opponent's attacks.
Okay.
And you should know that there's a benefit to doing it. It provides an advantage to the defender. And it's a new guard system that the players can take advantage. And when you think about pursuing realism within the game, but then you also have to link that into the balance aspect of the defensive system, that sounds really, really hard to make. It has to do with a lot of the new Virtua Fighter like detailed systems, so it can be very stressful or fretful as a developer.
A lot of words, but again, like, to just use this one clip is unfortunate because I'm sure they could probably explain all this stuff so much better if they actually had, like, several different instances of this new guard system, this flow guard. I mean, I guess I can see what's going on.
But we
here.
have to make that as cool as possible and make that true to the Virtua Fighter series.
It's giving, like, fight choreography
and that involves
or
a lot
something.
of, like, stress and fretfulness on the development team's side. But, yeah, looks amazing just looking at it.
Yeah, it does look good.
All right, let's go on to the next part of the video.
It looks good.
Okay, next question.
He's like, her face is on
so
fire.
I'm seeing an effect on Stella's face here.
Straight on.
So you see more effects coming on Stella's face like directly after this. Let's watch a little bit more. Okay, let's stop here. Keep going. A little bit more.
Fireworks! Explosion!
So this is Break and Rush, a system that we've introduced in this game. And there are damage that accumulates in parts of the body. And when there's a certain amount of damage that accumulates to that part of the body, you go into a break state. And that's the system that we're putting into this new title. And
that's exciting. To be honest, like, growing up playing all, like, those PS2 wrestling games, even recently, right? Like, how you could target a certain position of somebody's body. I think back then, like, Soul Calibur was doing that too. Like, this is awesome. You're, like, knocking off armor, essentially.
The body, legs, head, 3 different parts of the body, which damage accumulates to.
So that's exciting, to be honest.
The Virtua Fighter is, of course, a fun game. But with 2D games, if you look at it, you save up on your gauge and you use that for supers, etc. Virtua Fighter didn't have that. And so I think that players think like, okay, what should I do like in this game? We wanted to give them like a really easy to understand chance that they can take advantage of. And that was the ambition here.
I fuck with it, man.
And that's why we chose to do a portion of the body-based damage system, which we're calling Break and Rush.
I actually see, again, like, all these mechanics, they sound worthwhile, right? But when it's the same gameplay from a month ago, it's like, what I would do to see more instances of this actually happening. Not just being done in the training room.
And this is also a source of damage. So that damage doesn't go away in the next round. So that damage stays between rounds.
Damn, dude, that sounds fun, honestly.
So the damage, the player manages to hold out against it, but the damage is accumulating. So it gets more strategically easy to break an opponent as the rounds go by. So you can see. So it's really important to utilize the flow guard with the break and rush system in order to gain an advantage against your opponent.
So you're flow guarding, and then you're punishing at the right time, depending on the body part that's been damaged more.
Okay, now we're knocking Stella down. There's a lot of speculation that Stella is an android. Wait, hold on, I got a question. It looks like they've... it looks like Akira has been knocked into a state here. It's collapsing.
By the way, this stage in the background is so bare bones. One of the coolest he said ever for a training stage. It's pretty bare bones. It does look sick though. It looks like they're in a giant warehouse, but it really just looks like a motion capture facility at this point. Go figure. Mocap's hanging out in the background. Go figure.
Okay, right here. Starts from here. So we have a high angle upper kick. So then the combo continues from there, correct? We're calling this a stunner.
Stone Cold!
And the combos are called stun combos.
Stone Cold!
And this is a very important part of the battle system.
Stun combos. Stunner.
So there were previously aerial combos in the Virtua Fighter series.
Okay.
And this is a combo that doesn't float the opponent.
Okay.
But you can connect the combo directly after it.
So if you're stunned, you're fucked.
So the combo system in the Virtua Fighter series, so you want to give a lot of damage to the opponent, correct?
No shit.
But you also, to do that, you have to like float the opponent and juggle them. But I felt that was kind of difficult to understand as a player, because I came in from 2D fighting games. So in those games, you jump in, you do a combo, and then you do a combo from there.
Less juggling.
But in VF, like, you didn't have that. So we wanted to give something new to connect a combo to.
To keep juggling going.
So overseas users typically refer to it as juggling.
I haven't seen this yet, by the way. I'm watching this in real time. I skimmed through this.
So we wanted to have the ground-based combos connect to give it something that was a little bit more realistic.
You see,
and when we thought about that, it led us to this concept which we're calling stunner.
All this sounds really fucking sick.
And it would be very easy for the players playing to understand.
But
and then we could also build that into the game system and have it balanced.
I want to see more.
It seems really difficult to balance that realism and then also like the in-game like balance aspects as well.
I mean, I get it, right? To kind of set the stage, you have to explain all these new mechanics so you don't just overwhelm the viewer base, the player base with all this new gameplay and they don't understand what's going on. But dude, when are we going to see some more, you know?
And that was something that we had to think about constantly as we were developing the game. How do we build this into the system? It's not that we want to create like just real, K1 based fighting, etc. It's a game. So we have to have some elements that are a little bit crazy, a little bit outlandish. So I'm not really into MMA myself.
I actually just picked up a K1 game for the PlayStation 2 from Japan.
We wanted an entertainment aspect to it. But we also wanted a cool aspect that a person is actually playing it. And that's something we needed for Virtua Fighter.
The stunners. Get stunned. Get punished.
And one of the problems that was, with classic Virtua Fighter that was a little bit difficult to understand. So there's so many deep systems within classic Virtua Fighter. And then also balancing those elements is the most challenging portion. And our image, like the image that we're building this battle system to, is slowly coalescing with these elements that we're building. Thank you so much for your comments. All right, moving on to the next portion.
And I do believe this is more or less where it ends, based on what I've ran through real quick.
Wow. This kick looks really cool, right? Also, the throw looks cool as well.
Cool kicks.
Okay.
Cool throws.
Question? What about this? I don't think there's anything to even ask here. You tell me. Yeah, so we're calling this signature cuts, and we wanted to provide some pain in the Virtua Fighter series because that's something we haven't had up to this point.
I
And
like
you can see the close-up on the face and the damage expressions that we're showing here.
Signature
and
cuts.
Kage-san was commenting on it as well.
I like it.
With Virtua Fighter 1, I was playing it at the time, and the sound effects at the time, it felt like, at the time that those sound effects, like, oh, I'm getting hit, it hurts. And that's something I didn't really feel in 2D fighting games.
So this is their way to make it seem like it hurts. Reality. Zooming in on the face.
So when you get finished by your opponent, I wanted to have that sense of pain included here. And I think that's also an element of Virtua Fighter, or a Virtua Fighter-esque element.
Pain. Pain is part of the game.
And Virtua Fighter was always previously described as a somewhat plain fighting games. And we didn't want to put in like super combos. Like we thought that was like different from the series legacy.
So now we're zooming
we wanted
in.
some kind of finish to put in there at the end of the round. And we created all kinds of different variations for it. And we wanted that fun and that variation that you can see here. But it's also very easy to understand for the player that they're getting hit and getting knocked out, etc.
Because it's literally showing us getting kicked in the head.
And also like the parts of the body that accumulate damage. These are parts that players can have fun with and say like, oh, I want to attack this part because it'll give me an advantage here.
Yeah.
And that's why we called this portion a signature cut. And you can see the really flashy finish here. And of course, you're not just going to get kicked in the face every time, right? There's other kind of finishing moves. Yes. Yes, there are.
Okay, so there's others. Probably for the
we look
body,
forward
for
to
the
different
legs.
animations, and yes, it depends on how much the dev team can put the effort into it. But yes, sounds. We have to get through a lot of technical challenges there, but it's a new try for us. But Virtua Fighter has been around for 30 years, and we've got different technology that we've associated with it. But with the technology of today, there's things that we can show that we weren't able to do previously. But we're going to include these as these scenes, as KO scenes, using that technology. Thank you so much.
And that's essentially everything, I'm pretty sure, because they just go off and remove the gameplay. I don't want you guys to get bored of this breakdown. That's essentially everything of note, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, man, kind of underwhelming that it was really just a mechanic explanation showcase, but I mean, hey, again, like we talked about, given the fact that this game's probably dropping, I'd assume, man, in the next year. From here on out, I'm sure it's probably going to get spiced up, and we'll probably start seeing some more actual, like, raw gameplay, not just stuff done in a training mode to be broken down for 20 minutes. But until then, I'm excited. All these new mechanics sound super duper exciting. The various different ways you can actually block. This new finishing move here is fucking sick to end off the round. Like, some swag. It could have used some swag back in the day. I'm glad it's finally getting it. So we'll see how the new Virtua Project turns out. But until then, what do you all think? Hopefully this is a nice compilation of everything of note given Virtua Fighter's new project. If you enjoyed, takes you a second, please drop a like on the video. What do you think of this showcase from Tokyo Game Show? Thumbs up, thumbs down. I want to hear your thoughts. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Living on a crack.